Hi guys, Mike here from Adventure Camp. Welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to show you all about what I have in the truck. So in case that you're interested, stick around and have a look. So the truck I'm driving is a Ford Ranger 2023 model. This is the WildTrack version. This is not lifted, so that is basically the stock model. The only thing that I added is some sumo springs. Maybe some of you know, some not. I will put some footage because currently it's not visible, but I will put some other footage here where you can see where it's added. The whole purpose of the sumo spring, as you can see, there is a lot of load on top of the truck bed. So the idea of the sumo spring is just to compensate that load so that the truck will not sag too much. Now, as you can see, because I'm in the middle of the desert, so I have to reduce the pressure of the tires. So now in the back I'm running 21 psi, and that's why you can see it's pretty low, and because of the weight as well. By the way, the weight here, I weighed the truck before adding all of these additions on the truck bed, and it was 2.6 tons. Now with all of the additions, it's around roughly 500 kilograms more, so that's already exceeding 3 tons. So that you are aware of the weight. This is now a truck that is made for more overlanding, so that's something that I have always dreamed to do. So now I'll be able to do that in this truck. Not that capable, let's say, in dune bashing, so because of the weight, that will not be suitable for that. Now let's run on the items that I have in the truck one by one, and hopefully this will not be too long of a video. Maybe if you have questions on a specific products that I have, then I can answer you later on, but for now I will try to make it brief as possible. So starting off with the awning, this is as you can see the brand, or I don't know if you can see it, it's called Overland. Pretty strong awning. It's at the end, all of the awnings are more or less the similar design. I would say where this stands out is in the hinge. So this is quite solid hinge. I've seen people hanging out of it, so if you can hang out of it, it's quite a strong awning. Yeah, very easy to deploy. I had before quite a difficult setup without an awning, so now definitely that is way better. Well, speaking of the awning, so from the same company, I have the chair. So I always, as you have seen in many of the other videos that I put, it's a very easy to deploy and to pack chair. Love that one. And from the same company, again, Overland, here you can see the shower or privacy tent. So I will put some footage on opening it and closing it. Yeah, very handy to have because I spent many nights at campsite, so that is something that is important to have. For the red jerrycans that you see, so here I have a 20-liter one, and on the other side there is two of 10 liters each. So those are made for fuel, so that's why the red color. But I have actually water in them. I don't need the extra fuel, I need the extra water. Again, because I spent many days at camp, so for me to have extra water, that's very, very important. And especially because I'm in the middle of the desert. So just to show you around, by the way, that is my garbage of yesterday, just right there. So yeah, in the middle of the desert, so that is important to have enough water. That's water that I use for drinking, water I use for washing. At the back of the truck, we have the fridge. This is the ARB Zero fridge. That is 39, if I'm not wrong. The reason why I went with this size, of course, I wish to have the largest fridge, but I cannot. So that is the size that I can actually fit under the tonneau cover. So the reason I have this tonneau cover is that when I purchased the truck, it came with the tonneau cover, and now I use the tonneau cover. I didn't remove it because I have the electrical box is actually underneath. There is, of course, good and bad of that. So I had this upgrade done on two parts. First, I have done it, let's say, in a quick and dirty way. And that's why I had the electrical box buried under the tonneau cover. After going in many trips, I realized that I need to make some serious upgrades to have this kind of setup to make my life easy at camp. So now it's not really ideal to have the electrical box buried under the tonneau cover, but that's what you get, at least in my situation. So an advice, if you are going to do something similar, just plan ahead on what you want so that you can get the best design. In general, people make a canopy, and this canopy is watertight, but I didn't go for a canopy. This looks like a canopy, but it's not. So that is all custom made for my needs, which I'm going to show you soon. So in my case, actually, it works fine to have the battery, the inverter, the charger underneath the tonneau cover, protected from the elements, from the rain. So because I cannot actually put it in this setup, because this is all not protected from the elements. And now back to the fridge. So the fridge itself is on a slider that you see here, and on the right side there is another slider. This slider is quite let's say a long drawer that I have all the bits and pieces here. Still needs some organization. I will figure that out along the way. So that is one drawer. On top of the drawer I have my clothes, and I bag a lot because sometimes I go many days camping, overlanding, so I have my clothes there. Behind that I have some drinking water, so I have like 2 jerrycans behind that bag. And here you can see the tire inflation kit, which is the ARB hose, and that is connected to the ARB dual compressor, which is actually installed underneath. So the way you do that, you take you can do it by removing the rear tire, or you can do it by removing the step. I cannot recall which one actually they did. I will put a photo or a small video. I don't know if I have, but if I have some material, I will put to where it's located, but it's literally up there. And Ford Ranger 2023, so the next gen Ranger, they have done some quite a good job in making these arrangements. So instead of like buying extra fittings, so they have worked together with ARB, for example, to make a spot for the compressor and other stuff. So that's actually smart. But fun fact, I couldn't find this bracket here, which was supposed to be made from ARB specifically for this truck, so I made it externally, like fabricated in a different workshop. But anyhow, the place now, instead of taking a room inside the truck bed, I have it now underneath. For the controls of the compressor, so behind here I have the switch on and off, and I have the hose itself, so the inlet for the hose. So that's just installed behind here. Now for the power solutions, I have 2 types of power. So I have an external battery, which is the Pecron that you can see here. The Pecron 1500, it's a lithium ion battery, and that is one type of batteries that I have, and the other type is the one that I mentioned before, which is inside the truck bed, which is buried just behind there. So if you can see, there is a box under this shovel, this black box. That is where I keep dual battery system, which is connected to the fridge all of the time. I have an inverter, 1000 watt inverter, and I have the DC to DC charger. The Pecron here currently, as you can see, I am charging it from the solar panel, which is also a Pecron solar panel. This is a 300 watt, and it's beautiful. I charge it really easily, and it's so efficient. So currently, let's just have a look how much amps we are getting. So just beautiful, 225 watts purely from the solar panel, and we are already now at 97%. So I love that option that I can top it up, and beautiful here in the UAE that we have sunny weather all year round. Gets a bit too sunny actually in the summer. But yeah, it's just incredible that I can make use of this sun so that I can charge the external power station, and the one inside always charge when the car is running. On the roof, so I have two sections, one on top of the cabin and in the back on top of the truck bed. So in this duffel bag it contains my oven and other accessories. In the back here I have the traction boards, that's Thread Pro from ARB. So I have 4 boards in total. I have the stretcher for my swag that I use sometimes depending on the situation. And if we look at the bag in the back, so in the bag here in this medium-sized duffel, that is where I keep my charcoal and firewood. I have some extra water here, and by the way, behind that bag there is a dinghy, an inflatable dinghy, which soon on this channel we will be using it. So stay tuned and subscribe if you didn't already. If you know me, I'm a big fan of cooking. So here in this cabin, so that is again all fabricated as per my needs and my design. So that is the Camp Chef stove, pretty heavy duty stove. This one usually goes here in the back, and then in front of it I put the pans. On the top side here I have actually a coffee machine there, a fancy coffee machine there. I will tell you later about that one. I have the spices, I have all of the things that I need for cooking, oil, stuff, coffee. Here I have in the back, I have another stove which you might have seen also before. That one uses only sticks, and this is my utensil bag. Very nice and handy bag, keep everything more or less inside to be protected from the sand. This compartment already have like gaskets here, but it's not, let's say, 100% water and dust proof. So that's why I still have this bag as well. As I mentioned, I have here 10 liters and 10 liters, so that's about 20 kilograms on top. So we made sure that these gas struts are capable of handling the weight. I am running 2 lights here, if I can actually show you. Yeah, so those are hardcore lights. I run them through a remote control, which I control from here, from the back side. The hardcore light has two tones, white and orange. I'm usually most of the time sticking to orange, just to keep the bugs away. Going through here, so I have the foldable table that I always use. This part is metal, so whatever, even if this gets too much heat during cooking, I'm not worried. So that is metal. That is plastic. My cutting board, wind protector, and here I have my car shower that I use primarily to clean my bike, but I also use it at camp. Yeah, so it makes things easy when I wash dishes. And I have back there the gas container and the Dometic jug. The Dometic jug is quite nice because I can connect it to the fancy water faucet. As you can see here, let me go on the other side. So this water faucet, just double tap here, works. One tap stops. It has a nice LED light. To be honest, at the beginning, I thought, yeah, you know, that's too fancy. I'm not going to need that. But I ended up buying it, and actually the light is super handy in the night. So sometimes I'm just making a cup of tea late in the night, and this is really super handy. And instead of just putting on lights and so, I can just turn it on and I can see the marking inside the water container, so that I know till how much I can fill. Here for the awning, it has its own LED lights. I will work that out later on, because currently, as you can see here, it's not yet connected. So I will figure that out a little bit later. So currently it's only one tone white. I am not using it at the moment. So for now, I'm only counting on the hardcore lights here, and there is also 2 lights in the back, which I will put some footage on how these look like, and also another light that runs here. So those are the lights that I primarily use. On the left side and the right side, so here, so there is 1 light bar here and on the other side as well. So those I also use depending on the situation. Now it's time to go through what I have done here. So this is something that I have asked to do in this specific manner, because I have so many things, and before it was on top of each other, just tied on top of the bed. But now I have place for every single component. On the top shelf here, I have all the smaller items, so like foldable buckets and so. Here I have the table, and on the back side I have the cutting board. Here I keep solar panel and definitely nothing on top of it. By the way, this is all steel, which is coated at the end. And here I have my barbecue, and in the back I have the chairs that I use. By the way, I also have access from this side as well. So this is a door, but it gives me access from this side. So one thing to mention about the Ford Ranger 2023 model. So funny enough, Ford said, be careful when you are loading the sides of the truck bed. So they said, if you start putting on extra weight, there is a risk that the sides of the bed can actually fail, which is insane. I mean, we are buying trucks to put whatever we want. So the thing is, they say you put whatever you want on the bed itself, but not on the sides, because the sides needs reinforcement, which is bizarre. Funny enough, from Ford, so the Ford Ranger Raptor, it comes with a position for this bracket to be installed. No clue why this bracket was not pre-installed. I cannot imagine that this is cost saving. But anyhow, after realizing this issue, of course, before putting all of this load, because as I mentioned, it's around 400 to 500 kilograms. So I didn't want to take the risk, of course, that the sides of the bed fail. So I have installed 6 brackets, 3 on each side. So those 6 brackets are connecting the side of the bed to the bed itself. So now the rack, the bed rack, is not going on the sides, it's more going towards the bed, which will protect the issue that Ford mentioned. I will also put the footage for you to have a look, so that you know what to do in case that you have the same type of a vehicle. All right, that's it, I would say. I hope that this was not too long for you to watch, but in case that you have any questions for me, just put them below and I will be more than happy to help you answer if I know the answer. But for sure, I can definitely tell you about many things that went wrong during the process, so that you can learn from my mistakes and you make it right the first time that you actually do this kind of upgrades. But all in all, to be honest, just love the way it ended up, and I cannot wait to take it all over. So we will have lots of trips coming, so stay tuned. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you soon.